Have you ever walked into a room and felt a wave of sadness, even though you were feeling fine just a moment before? Or have you ever felt completely drained after a short conversation with someone, as if they've siphoned your energy? If you find yourself nodding along, you might not just be sensitive. You might be what's known as an empath. In this video, we're diving into the 11 subtle but powerful signs that you're an empath. And stick around, because the last sign might just be the one that confirms everything you've ever suspected about yourself. Number 1, you absorb other people's emotions. This is the classic, defining trait of an empath. It's not just sympathy, where you feel sorry for someone. It's not even just empathy, where you understand what they're feeling. For you, it's about actually taking on their emotions as if they were your own. The psychological reason for this is a heightened sense of what's called emotional contagion. Your brain's mirror neuron system is essentially on overdrive. These neurons fire not only when you perform an action, but also when you see someone else perform that action. For empaths, this system is so finely tuned that it mirrors emotions, not just actions. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. Your friend is telling you about their terrible day at work, the demanding boss, the impossible deadline. As they talk, you don't just hear their frustration, you start to feel it bubbling up in your own chest. Their anxiety becomes your anxiety. When you leave, you feel stressed and agitated, even though your own day was perfectly fine. You've carried their emotional baggage away with you. Number 2, crowds are overwhelming. Do you love the idea of a concert or a big street festival, but find the reality of it to be completely exhausting? This is a huge sign you're an empath. Places with large crowds, like shopping malls, stadiums, or even busy grocery stores, are a sensory and emotional minefield for you. It's not about being shy or antisocial. It's about being bombarded. Every person in that crowd is carrying their own emotional energy, joy, anger, stress, excitement, worry, and you're like a sponge soaking it all in at once. Your system gets overloaded, and the only response is to shut down or get out. Think about the last time you were at a crowded mall during the holidays. At first, it might have felt festive. But after an hour, you felt inexplicably irritable, tired, and maybe even a little dizzy. You just had to get back to your car, where the silence felt like a cool drink of water on a hot day. That's your empathic nature telling you it's hit its limit. Number 3, you have a powerful intuition. Empaths often operate on a level beyond just the 5 senses. You have a strong gut feeling about people and situations that often turns out to be right. You can meet someone for the first time and just know, deep down, that they are trustworthy, or that something about them is off, even if they seem perfectly nice on the surface. This isn't magic, it's a highly developed form of pattern recognition. You unconsciously pick up on thousands of micro cues, body language, tone of voice, the flicker in someone's eyes, and your brain pieces them together to form an accurate intuitive judgment. You might have experienced this when a friend started dating someone new. Everyone else thought the new partner was charming and wonderful, but you had a persistent, nagging feeling that something wasn't right. You couldn't explain it, you just knew. Months later, the truth comes out, and your friend is heartbroken, saying, "You were right about them all along." Number 4, you're a magnet for people's problems. Do you find that people, even total strangers, tend to offload their life stories onto you? You could be waiting in line for a coffee, and the person next to you suddenly starts telling you about their difficult divorce. This happens because people can unconsciously sense that you are a safe and non-judgmental listener. Your genuine empathy creates an aura of acceptance that makes others feel comfortable being vulnerable. They feel seen and heard by you in a way they rarely do with others. While it's a testament to your compassionate nature, it can also be incredibly draining. You become an emotional dumping ground. You're the friend everyone calls at 2 a.m. with a crisis, the coworker who hears all the office gossip and complaints. You're a natural-born counselor, whether you want to be or not. Number 5. You need solitude to recharge. After all that emotional absorption and social interaction, you feel a deep, pressing need to be alone. Solitude isn't a punishment for you, it's a necessity. It's how you wring out the sponge and distinguish your own feelings from the feelings you've picked up from others. Being alone allows you to recalibrate your internal compass and return to your own emotional baseline. Without this regular alone time, you're likely to feel constantly overwhelmed, anxious, and chronically fatigued. Imagine a long week filled with work meetings, family gatherings, and helping a friend through a tough time. By Friday night, the thought of going out, even with people you love, feels impossible. All you crave is a quiet evening at home with a book, some music, or just silence. This isn't you being boring, it's you performing essential emotional maintenance. Number 6. You're highly sensitive to your environment. An empath's sensitivity isn't just emotional, it's physical. You might be extremely sensitive to loud noises, bright lights, strong smells, or coarse fabrics. What others might find mildly annoying, you might find genuinely painful or distressing. The constant hum of a refrigerator, the flicker of a fluorescent light, or the feel of a scratchy sweater can grate on your nerves and disrupt your inner peace. This is because your nervous system is wired to be more reactive to sensory stimuli. You process information from your environment with greater depth and intensity than the average person. Think about a time you were in an open-plan office. While your colleagues seemed to tune out the constant chatter, ringing phones, and clicking keyboards, you found it impossible to focus. The cacophony felt like a physical assault, leaving you feeling frazzled and unproductive by the end of the day. Number 7. You can't stand conflict or arguments. Witnessing arguments and conflict, even if you're not directly involved, can feel deeply unsettling for an empath. You feel the tension and aggression in the room as a palpable force. Yelling, passive aggression, and cruelty can make you feel physically ill. Because you feel the pain of everyone involved, your natural instinct is to be a peacemaker. You'll often go to great lengths to avoid conflict or to mediate and smooth things over, sometimes at the expense of your own needs or opinions. The emotional storm of a fight is just too much for your system to handle. Picture a family dinner where two relatives start a heated political debate. While others might engage or ignore it, you feel your stomach clench. You feel the anger from one person and the hurt from the other. You might find yourself desperately trying to change the subject, not to silence their opinions, but simply to stop the painful emotional crossfire. Number 8. You have a deep connection with animals and nature. For many empaths, animals and the natural world are a source of profound comfort and connection. Animals don't have the same complex, often contradictory emotional layers as humans. Their feelings are pure and direct. You can often sense an animal's needs or feelings, whether it's scared, happy, or in pain. Similarly, being in nature, a forest, by the ocean, or even just a quiet park feels like coming home. It grounds you and washes away the psychic clutter you've accumulated from the human world. The quiet, steady energy of a tree is the perfect antidote to the chaotic energy of a crowd. This is why many empaths find they'd rather spend a Saturday hiking a trail with their dog than navigating a busy social event. The unconditional love of a pet and the serene beauty of nature help to restore your soul. Number 9. You struggle to set boundaries. This is one of the biggest challenges for an empath. Because you feel others' needs so acutely and have a deep-seated desire to alleviate their pain, saying no can feel like you're actively hurting them. You can feel their disappointment or frustration as if it were your own, which makes it incredibly difficult to protect your own time and energy. This often leads to people-pleasing behavior, where you consistently put the needs of others before your own, leading to burnout and resentment. Think of a coworker who asks you to stay late to help with their project, even though you have plans. You want to say no, but you can feel their stress and desperation. The thought of adding to their burden feels unbearable. So, you agree, canceling your own plans and feeling a familiar mix of relief that they're happy and resentment that your own needs were once again pushed aside. Learning to set healthy boundaries is the ultimate survival skill for an empath. Number 10, you feel drained by energy vampires. You know those people who, after every interaction, leave you feeling completely exhausted, as if you've just run a marathon? These are what many call energy vampires. They aren't necessarily bad people, but they are often intensely self-absorbed, overly dramatic, or chronically negative. As an empath, you are prime real estate for them. They are drawn to your listening ear and compassionate heart. During a conversation, you're not just listening, you're actively pouring your own positive energy into them to try and lift them up. The exchange is completely one-sided, and they walk away feeling better while you walk away feeling depleted. You probably have a specific person in mind right now. Maybe it's a friend who only calls to complain, or a family member who thrives on drama. After a phone call with them, you feel the need to lie down and recover, even if the call was only 10 minutes long. And finally, number 11, you can spot a lie from a mile away. This is the empath's quiet superpower. Because you are so attuned to the emotional state of others, you can instantly detect a mismatch between what someone is saying and what they are actually feeling. Their words might be calm and reassuring, but you can feel the undercurrent of anxiety or deception. You notice the subtle shift in their energy, the slight waver in their voice, or the way their eyes won't quite meet yours. It makes you a human lie detector. While you may not always call people out on it, remember, you hate conflict, you almost always know when you're not being told the truth. Imagine a partner or friend telling you everything's fine after a long day. Their words say one thing, but the heavy, frustrated energy coming off them tells you the complete opposite. You don't need them to confess, you can already feel the truth of their difficult day. This uncanny ability to sense the truth beneath the surface is one of the most undeniable signs of a true empath. So, being an empath isn't just about being sensitive. It's about experiencing the world through an entirely different emotional and energetic filter. It comes with incredible gifts, deep connection, profound intuition, and a compassionate heart that can heal others. But it also comes with challenges, like the risk of overwhelm and burnout. The key is to understand your nature and learn how to manage your gift, protecting your energy so you can continue to shine your light in the world without letting it burn you out. Remember, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these signs was your biggest aha moment? And more importantly, what's one piece of advice you'd give to a fellow empath who is just learning how to navigate their gift? Share your story and your wisdom in the comments below. Your experience could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today.